Hey, welcome back to the final installment of this series on journalism as a for-profit business. And I just wanted to share, again, this is just what I do. It's not to say that what I do is right or, that it's going to work perfectly for you. It just works for me. So I thought I'd share some of the resources that I use to get information into my brain, what I allow into my brain. So, some of the sources that I use, Bruce Lipton, he has a newsletter, comes out once a month. So I take that in. I take in, the Bruce Lipton stuff. Andy Andrews, you can search Andy Andrews. He has something called Wisdom Harbor online. I think it's a subscriber deal. It might be free now. I can't remember. But Andy is really good because he calls himself the professional noticer. He just notices things and he gives you a perspective that's unique and really good. Another thing that I do is I don't watch the news. I don't have any news apps on my phones. I can't tell you the last time I watched the news. And it isn't like I'm putting my head in the sand because I don't want to know. But believe me, whatever's going on in the world, if you just venture out from your home, you'll hear it in some form or fashion. If you're social at all, you'll hear it. You'll hear the sensationalized stuff that media is putting out there in general. So I just don't watch the news. And you know what? It's been years since I watched the news. And I can honestly say it hasn't impacted me negatively at all. As a matter of fact, I'm sure by not allowing all of that negativity into my mind, I am a much better person for it. I'm more joyful, I'm more present, and I can give more back to the world. Because the world needs more people who aren't stuck in that frenzy of the news cycle and, oh, woe is me, and this is terrible. No better example than the whole COVID fiasco, right? Oh my goodness. If there isn't a great example, in my opinion, on how Satan was trying to work, it was through that whole thing. Still going on today. It still lingers. So, my heart is for, people to get out of that fear cycle. And hopefully this series has helped you do that. Remember, anything that's steeped in fear is not from God. It's from the enemy. It's from Satan. If it's love-based, then it's coming from God. If you can take away nothing else from this series, that would be it. So thank you so much for joining me, Robert Bolden, Life Transformed. We've got more coming at you.